channel, and sorry for missing a video. The holidays got so crazy that I was only able to post one video last week, so my apologies. I'm working more and everything just got the best of me and it just wasn't gonna happen, so sorry about that. This video is a full face tutorial on this classic with a twist look for the holidays slash basically for New Year's because Christmas is gone. Merry late Christmas, by the way. I hope everybody had a great one. So if you'd like to see how I achieved this look, just keep watching. All right, first things first, I'm going to start off with my lip primer by MAC. I like to do this first so that whenever it's time to put on my lip, it's already good and primed and ready. And you guys, I'm going to be doing the most with primers today, so sorry. I really want my makeup to look its absolute best and last the longest possible because A, I'm going to be out for a while today and I need my makeup to last and I want it to be super smooth. So I'm starting off with MAC's Skin Refine Zone. I'm going to put this just on my pore areas. You can place this anywhere that you get oily, but don't put it all over your face. It's meant for like the T-zone or the pore area. Next, I'll be applying the Makeup Forever Skin Equalizer in the smoothing option. And I'm going to place this right on top of where I put the Skin Refine Zone. I feel like this combination is thebomb.com. I love this. I feel like the Skin Refine Zone kind of grabs at this primer and it stays in place all day. Now, to be the most extra, I am going to use DIOR's Pore Minimizer on the rest of my face. Now, you could use the Makeup Forever one, but I feel like it's a little too thick for the entire face to smooth out, so I like to go in with this one on the outskirts of the face so that it's nice and smooth, but it's not so heavy. I haven't used this foundation in a hot minute, so I decided to go in with this. This is the Born This Way foundation by Too Faced. It is a great medium to full coverage. I'm going to use it as full coverage today. And I'm going to put a little bit of this on my Petri dish and then go in with my Beauty Blender. Fairly certain that this foundation is just like a tad bit too dark for me right now, but I am actually out of my Nourishing Waterproof by MAC. I ordered it, but I'm waiting for it to get here, or else I'd probably be using that one right now, in all honesty. Late nights, long days, that one's the best, but this one's still really good as well. So I'm just pouncing this all over. I really need this extra coverage too because I used something that I haven't used before, and I got these, not like breakouts, but like the little tiny white heads all over my face. And then I pick at it and I leave little scars. So I'm waiting for those to go away. And then, yeah, full coverage is my friend right now. I forgot how pretty of a full coverage foundation this is. I haven't used it in a while because I've been using stuff that's so light. But I love this one. It's such a beautiful full coverage. A lot of full coverage makeups I don't like, but this one's good. And then I'm going to go in with the Naked Skin Concealer by Urban Decay, and I'm going to use this to highlight. In case anyone's wondering, I use this in the lightest shade possible in Fair Neutral, but I really like a strong, intense highlight, so that's my jam. Then I'm going to blend all this out with the Beauty Blender as well. Make sure that you're pouncing this and not dragging it or pressing too hard because it's really going to do all the work for you. So just lightly tap this guy. It's going to pick up all the extra, excess makeup off your face, but then push everything else in, and it does a beautiful job of it. There's nothing I like more for concealer than the Beauty Blender. And then to set that, I'm going to use Ethereal light by Hourglass. Normally I use diffuse light, but this one's so much brighter and I have been really loving this one. But diffuse light works really well as well if you don't want to use something this bright, but I love it. I'm just going to use that on the Beauty Blender as well and just tap that in. I don't put the powder all the way up to my eye though. I kind of concentrate it below. I just don't like powders underneath my eyes. And now that I'm as white as a ghost, I'm going to go in with my Careblend powder. This is by MAC and is in the shade Light Plus. I've been using this a little bit more than the Mineralized Skin Finish just because it's winter time and my skin is a little bit more dry and it kind of catches on things. So I'm using this one because it's a little more smoothing on my skin, or soothing, that's the word I was looking for. Now I'm going to bronze up my skin, and I'm using this guy again. This is Delicates from MAC. It's from the Wash and Dry collection. And the reason why I'm using this again on the video, because I did grab the Makeup for Everyone, is because it's in the Goodbye section. So if you go online and you want to grab this, go to maccosmetics.com and look under the Goodbyes in the makeup. And it's still there. I just ordered 2 more, so I am a happy camper. So I went ahead and did my brows off camera, and then I also primed my eye using MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and now we're going to start with the eye look. The very first shadow I'm going to use is by MAC, and this is MAC's Gesso. It's just a white matte eyeshadow, and I'm going to pop this underneath the arch of the brow and just blend downward. Now on the same 242, I'm going to grab MAC's Crystal Avalanche. This is another white shadow, but this has much more of a sheen to it, and it's going to create a little bit of a glow on that lid. So I'm just going to pop this from the inner corner here all the way over the lid, but I'm going to leave this outer area blank. On a MAC 217, I am going to grab Era from MAC. This has a slight sheen to it, but nothing too drastic. I'm actually going to use this as my transition shade. So I'm going to start in the crease to get the majority of the color there, and then start working it up in circular motions. I'm trying to stay away from the orangey, warm tones that I'm used to and go for something a little bit more neutral and cool toned to go with that bold lip. Now I'm going to grab MAC's Cork eyeshadow on the same 217 brush, and I'm going to be placing this more concentrated into the crease and then blend it up some, but not quite as far as I did with Era. And making sure to connect on this outer corner here where we didn't put the Crystal Avalanche. I kind of start to press my brush upward, and then you can go more into the crease by going directly and up like this to move it around. Now I'm switching to a Wayne Goss number 4 brush because it's a little bit more precise, and I'm grabbing MAC's Brun eyeshadow. This is a really neat shade. It's one of my favorites from MAC, and I use this in my brows, everything. I'm telling you, I love this shade. And this is a matte shade, and it is a little bit between like a charcoal and a brown. It's a very cool tone, but I love this shade. So I'm going to start in the outer corner here and add product as I go. One of the reasons why I grabbed this brush is because it does not deposit a lot of color at once, so I can kind of build it up without it going crazy. Softer brushes will do that. Denser brushes will lay down product a lot heavier. So I'm starting in the outer corner and then dragging it into the crease as well, but I'm not really blending this shade up nearly as much. So windshield wiper motions and then small circular motions, because either way I still don't want to have a harsh line. Now I'm going to go in with MAC's Careblend. This is just a black matte shadow, but mine is glued in because I depotted it and didn't feel like getting a magnet. So I'm going to use that on a Wayne Goss number 6 brush. I'm just putting a little bit on the tip of that brush and going right into this outer corner and being very careful about placement. I do not want this to go too far in, just staying on this outer corner and doing little tapping motions. And with the extra that's on the brush, I'm going to curve it up into the crease just right here. And now I'm going to go back in with a little bit of that shadow that we used right before and that old brush and just blend that out softly. This just adds a little bit of dimension and depth to the eye. Now I'm going to pop on some black winged liner, and I'll be right back because I really just suck at doing that on camera, so I will be right back. I've got my wing done, so I am now going to grab NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. You can use whichever one you want to. I've been using this one just because it has a little bit more coverage, it's a little bit more creamy, and I can get the effect that I want. And I'm going to use this to clean up that little bit of eyeshadow that I don't want visible. For the lower lash line, I'm going to go back in with Cork and the NARS pencil brush, and I'm going to go from outer to inner corner, being careful not to cover up that little bit of Crystal Avalanche. And then I'm going to grab a little bit of carbon and just go on this outer corner here to kind of connect the wing and smoke out this outer edge. Now add your favorite mascara to your top and bottom lashes. I'm using MAC's Extended Play Giga Black, and then I'm going to be popping on some false lashes. The lashes I'm going to use are by Kiss. I think they're just the number 11. I don't know. I don't have the box or package it came in, but I'm going to use these guys. And again, I need to be like this to my freaking mirror to be able to see to put these on. So I will be back again. Now this is my favorite part of this look, and you can choose to opt out of this or maybe use a gloss for your lips instead, but I'm going to be using a Studio Eye Gloss by MAC, and this one is called Pearl Varnish. I got this one from the Dark Desires collection. I got it after I'd already done one of my hauls. I had to have it because it's so beautiful. But you can get these on the line. They have all different colors, and again, this one's the pearl one, but they have different shades. I'm going to take a MAC 242 and get a bit of this on the tip. I'm going to put a little bit on my hands just so that it's not too much on the brush, and I'm going to use this as a highlight at the brow bone. This is going to catch the light and give it a little bit more texture, and it's absolutely stunning. This is like my new favorite party trick right here. And you do not have to worry, this stuff will not move. I'm going to take a little bit more and go right on the inner corners, not actually touching where the tear duct is, but right outside the edge so that it catches the light. For blush, I'm going to use Harmony by MAC because I don't want to use anything too pink or too orangey. This is more of like a brownish shade, and I'm going to pop this on the cheeks, and this is a MAC 129. I'm going to contour today using MAC's Sculpt Shaping Powder. Again, this is a pro item. You can get it online though, and MAC does free shipping. So I'm going to start from the top of the ear and start circling upward. Take the extra down the sides of my nose and underneath my lip, down the edge of my jawline, and a little bit up at the corners of my forehead. Can't talk. Now I'm going to go back in and soften everything up with a dual fiber brush. This one's limited, but 187 from MAC or like a dual fiber Real Techniques brush will work as well. For my highlight, I'm going to use Kat Von D's Thunderstruck eyeshadow. If you don't have this and you have MAC's Vanilla Pigment, that one is super similar. So I'm going to pop this on the tops of my cheekbones, down the center of the bridge of my nose, just right here. Tip of the nose, Cupid's bow, and that's my husband if you can hear him starting up his motorcycle, sorry. And then I like to go back with the same brush I put on my blush with, no extra product, and just kind of sweep this across so that it kind of blends in with the highlight and it's not so much of a harsh line. And now for lipstick, I'm going to go in with MAC's Studded Kiss. This is one of my favorite reds, and I'm going to pop this on and then clean it up with a lip brush. Okay guys, so that's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And I really, really hope you guys have a super happy New Year's. I will see you guys again soon. Bye.